Hey everybody, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. I'm JR. Today we're going to be rollerizing the rear output in our 4L80E for my C10 project. Now what you need to do this, not very many use a Turbo 350 pump shim kit. I use the Sonic's No Walk case bushing for the 4L80, which will become apparent as soon as I pull this out. And then you use a Turbo 350 rollerized front pump bushing. Now here's the Sonic's case bushing. Here's the Turbo 350 roller Torrington bearing. And that's why you use it, okay? So I'm going to drive that stock one out. What I use to do this is I have this screwdriver. It's kind of like a punch that I jammed into something. I like to use a punch that's ground off with a little bit of a lip on it so that it can hook. If you see look real carefully, you can see there where I managed to hook it without marring up the race too bad. So I'm going to get that driven out, and I'll be right back. Alright, the next step to do is set your bushing in the case with the lip facing the rear. And you'll note that there's a lube hole down there. There's one at 12 o'clock, or at 6 o'clock, and there's one at 3 o'clock, if you're looking at the output like so. So what you want to do is mark your bushing in those spots so that when you drive this in, they can still get oil. You want to file a V into these so they can still get oil. And all you need to do that is a file. You don't need like a grinder or anything crazy. So I will work on that modification and I'll be right back. That's it, just through the lip, just enough to be able to unblock those holes. The design intent of this bushing is to come through like this from the backside, and then this lip will stop it from walking out, which is a known Turbo 400 and 4L80 problem. But we're going to install it with a lip down so it can still walk out. So what I will do is coat it in red Loctite. And the reason for that, the reason we're doing it like that is because it's way wider. And it'll become apparent, but this can, this Turbo 350 bearing can index on it. It'll poke up through enough to where that'll index on it. What some people do is they'll use a normal 4L80 bushing, and they'll just drive it through so that it's poked out a little bit. But I don't like to do that because they're prone to walking out as it is. So I don't want to give them even less support, but this is one area where you kind of need a special tool. You need a bushing driver. You can rent them from your AutoZone for 50 bucks. My local AutoZone has them for 50 bucks. The largest socket I have is like a 36 millimeter, you know, like the CV nut socket. And that drops right in there. So if you have like a 40 millimeter socket or something, it'll probably work as a driver. I don't have that, so I'll probably use this punch with a fat handle upside down to drive it in there. You can come up with something. I've seen where guys use, I knew a guy once who used a giant valve out of like a GMC diesel engine. So just come up with something that fits across there and drive it in. Coat it in red Loctite first. Make sure you have this cleaned up and that you have your notches indexed correctly with your lube. We're back. This is set up now. The red Loctite set. The case bushing is locked in there. You see this fixture makes it nice. So the purpose for that, and bear with me, I'm going to try to stick you down in the hole here. See, that lip sticks up, and that'll locate our bearing. So first thing that you need to do, this 3-prong washer here, this is the selective thickness for setting your end play. And this rides on your output. And mine's kind of chewed up. But these stacked together are what give you your end play. So you want to measure that, first of all. Hold on a moment. Alright, so that measured out to 150 thou. These two stacked together. This measures about 150 thou as it is. So I'm going to find the right shim here in my shim kit to stack that up. For illustration purposes, I'm going to just throw that one in there for the hell of it. The bearing goes black side down. So you put your shim, your bearing, drop it in there. I'm sorry, bear with me. And you can see how that stacks up and how that Sonex bushing locates it so that it can't walk off from the output and stay centered. That's pretty much it. Once you set your end play, I shoot for 10 thousandths of end play. I had 23 thou to start with because it was metal on metal and all bushings, but it's going to be all rollerized when it's done. So you can go down pretty tight. You can probably go down to as tight as 5 thou. You don't need to be as loose as you were before, but that's probably also fine. But these are done. They're gone. You can actually put this in place of this plastic bushing if you want. I'm going to use the new one that comes with my kit. So yeah, that's it. You have a rollerized output in your 4L80. It sounds cool. You'll make more horse torques and get more chicks. So until next time, this is JR. This is the Driveway Engineer. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check me out on Facebook at the Driveway Engineer or Instagram. I'd love to see what you guys are working on. Tell me about it. Ask me questions. Tell me I'm stupid. Whatever. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.